everyone would stop.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Beautilicious. I'm here today with, of course, the beautiful Elle Wilson. And we are joined this evening with our gorgeous Michelle Bouse, that's B-O-U-S-E, from California. She is our celebrity makeup artist here at TRUEBROW and one of my fellow wonderful educators. Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Sabrina. Hey, Elle. It's so gorgeous to see your faces.
Well, it's beautiful to see you too. Thank you, Sabrina, for that beautiful.
Sure.
I think, Michelle, you were saying she should become she could be like a TV broadcaster, right?
You look like a newscaster, Sabrina.
A newscaster. Sorry, just
you're so elegant and eloquent.
Gracious.
So much.
Yes.
So beautiful. Are you thinking of changing your job, Sabrina? Maybe we should put it out there and see if anyone will pick her up and just say, yeah, we'll take her. No worries.
Well, you know, the media, that's a whole other conversation.
Oh, no, let's not go there. Let's not go there.
We're not going into.
But that's why you actually the happy sunshine. So anybody watching, just like say hi to us. And if you think Sabrina should be a newscaster on the side, put that below in the comments for us.
Yes.
We're going to take a poll.
That's right. Let's do a poll.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. Newscaster.
But I think what we need to do is we need to start our own news station, Sabrina.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yes, that would be good. Actually, that would be the way to go.
Into any of the news stations right now, because that's a disaster, right? We need to actually literally create our own. Is that right?
Well, definitely a disaster.
A TRUEBROW. It should be under TRUEBROW, the new news division. Sunshine only.
Only sunshine.
I'm just not going to stop laughing today.
Sabrina Sunshine.
What are we talking about today for all our beautiful audience and listeners, the girls that come back and watch later and tell me they love the beauty elders, which you have now joined, Michelle, whether you like it or not, you're now an elder. So, you know, we've now got 3 and we're just going to keep growing. When we have, like, of course, Olivia, she's like 27 years old, so we don't know what to call her. We just like throw her in there.
The pre-elder.
Yeah, I'm not so sure.
I actually have a question for you both. I was wondering what your opinion is, Elle, specifically with everyone now wearing masks. I know I had my opinion on how important the eye and brows are. I wanted to hear what you had to say on that. And Sabrina, I'm breaking out like crazy. My clients are breaking out like crazy, and you're skincare gurus. So I wanted to know if you had any great tips for people at home.
How come she's brow guru? That's just too much. Like, I don't know, Sabrina. You got a few titles. What's going on? What's going on?
Again, she does everything.
She's amazing. I think with brows, it's a really good question, Michelle. And I think with brows, one of the things that is like really important is that your brows, especially when the rest of your face is hidden, you want your brows to soften you. Yes. So it really truly is about every single piece of the anatomy of the brow. When we study at TRUEBROW, we look at I created what we call the anatomy of the brow, as you would know in your TRUEBROW portals that, you know, when Toby and I when I created, in fact, how it happened is I created the system, but then I had to put it into a manual. Now, I want you just to get your heads around that. Imagine, you know, like having to literally write and all of these principles. I mean, I don't know how I did it. In fact, when I did do that, just going off the subject for a minute, we lived in a beautiful coastal town and we literally lived the beach was like, the sand was like just right there in front of us. And, we were working on this so hard, putting together this, because of course I would write it, Toby would edit it because he's such a good editor. Anyway, he would edit it. He would say, "Oh, Elle, you forgot a comma," and I'm thinking, "Oh, gosh, what really?" And
just put it there.
He'd edit it, and then he'd be like putting it into it and making it really beautiful and whatever. It's just amazing. But we were wide as ghosts. We had the ocean right there because we were so intensely working. We never went outside. So we were like just sitting there and just like writing and writing. It was just such a huge thing to do. So I think that, you know, like now, you know, TRUEBROW really the whole, you know, like foundation of it is softness. And what does it make? Like, how do we use the brow to really bring out of a woman her essence? And
I like that.
And you want to feel with these masks, everybody wants to feel pretty and feminine because half of your face is hidden. So yes. I agree with you so much.
And I think that, you know, when we're feeling our our inner essence is softness, and it's nurtureful, and it's flowing, it's mysterious, it's all of these beautiful things that, you know, when we're, I mean, let's be straight and clear about this. When we're making love, you know, when we're in love, when we're nurturing our babies, like that's what a woman's, it's her essence, it's our essence. We're so fortunate that here on this beautiful planet, we can experience and express that. So why would we have that inside of ourselves, the most beautiful part of ourselves? And then as it moves outward and we look at our faces, we've got these harsh brows that are not reflecting that. So especially now with masks, like that masks, you know, it becomes even more important. And that's where TRUEBROW really, for me, that was the essence of TRUEBROW, is that the design of a woman's brow, not as in like using a stencil or a
exactly,
but really like coming from that like having an artist work on her brows. That's what a TRUEBROW specialist is. It's their art.
That's what drew me to TRUEBROW, because I didn't want to do stencils, and I thought each woman had their own essence and femininity, and everybody should have their own brow. And I just looked, and we've been with you forever. Sabrina is the longest. I've been with you since 2015, and I remember,
unbelievable. Anyway,
I wanted it to be soft. So time flies.
It does, doesn't it? It really does.
It really is fascinating. It's amazing how quickly time passes, and it's almost like with us, I really feel like we've known each other for a very long time. So it's kind of the women that have come into me with TRUEBROW that have really stayed, and it's almost like this is a foregone conclusion. We had to meet this time round, and we had to connect, and we're like soul sisters. You know, it's really so beautiful. And I think that again, that comes back to what's deeper. How do we make our faces reflect what's deeper within? You know, like, absolutely. Do we want to have our brows look, you know, pointing down, dipping down so that we look like we're angry or unapproachable? Or do we want them to open up our faces because the design is so important? So the anatomy, coming back to the anatomy, because as usual, I forgot what I was talking about before. Oh, not again. Anyway.
You're answering the question. And as everybody's popping in, just make sure you go down in the comments and say hi to all of us.
We'd love that. And I think going back to the manual and the anatomy of the brow, every part of the brow has all the different parts to it, which we call the anatomy of the brow. And the perfection of each of those parts is a work of art. And it's not a cookie cutter thing. It's a work of art. It allows every woman's brow to it's unique. Every woman's brow is unique. Actually, on a live class, you girls miss this. On a live class, because we do regular live classes because we're mastery-based education. So it's kind of like someone that comes into TRUEBROW that wants to be, you know, one of a world-class brow specialist. Yep. They do classes every week, or at least every fortnight. Do you know what fortnight means? You do. I don't know.
Every 2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks, yeah. That's Australian, not English, right? Anyway, so it's not American, so we've got to be clear. And I think that, you know, it's amazing when these girls just keep jumping on and they're putting up their brow work. And there was this beautiful TRUEBROW sisters at the moment in New Zealand. Oh, I just love her. You know, I love our community. And she was on, and she had just changed this woman's entire face. If this woman had to wear a mask before she'd seen Corey, honestly, you know, and it would be a completely different experience for
people were probably like, who is that? Is that you?
Yeah, a different experience for her, and how she's received by the world.
Wow.
And she just nailed it. It was so, yeah, I have to show it to you after this. It was so, we won't even put it up on here, but it was just
you
so
have to
good.
put it up, and you need to post it below here now. So
yeah, well, I really, but I'm going to have to do just one side because she's only just started and she perfected one side and she was still working on the other. So
a work in progress.
Work in progress. So maybe we have to wait until she does it one more time because she's had feedback. But anyway, so it was incredible. And this is just an example of the magnificence of this teaching and of this education, and that a woman's brow now more than ever before, her natural brow, and even if she's had microblading, she doesn't like it. She doesn't want to go and have it again. I mean, there's millions of those women out there.
There are.
Going, I don't want it. I'm not doing it again. I can't believe I did it. We're not talking about the ones that are happy. I'm really happy for you. All I want is your happiness. But for the ones that are not, it's time to come in and go, you know what? Make me beautiful.
Yes.
Make me walk out into the world, even with a mask on, and feel completely just like I don't know, what's the word? Like I'm embodying my essence on my face. I want my face to show everyone how I feel.
Glowing. That's what I'm thinking.
Just so beautiful. And I think that it's time for women to, be that and express that and be seen as that in the world. We don't need to be men. We don't need to have these big block brows that scare everybody. That's not beauty.
No. But that's why everybody's here watching TRUEBROW.
Yeah. So, that to me, that is what TRUEBROW is about design. And as Olivia said to us, were you on that time, Sabrina? Maybe you weren't. She was talking about design. And she was saying that, what we do is design. It's like, you'd compare TRUEBROW with Coco Chanel and her little black dress and, all those beautiful designers. We're design first, and then the bonus is restoration and advanced design is transformation. So we are just like Sabrina last week, Michelle was saying whether, it's like a PhD in brows, and it is actually true. Yeah. So that is a long-winded answer.
Well,
that was a great answer.
Because we're only seeing half of the face. So that you answered my question. So Sabrina, I need help from you, and I'm sure a lot of other people listening do too. If you guys have any skin problems that you're struggling right now with under the mask, put them under the comments below and we'll come back and comment on them. So Sabrina, what are you seeing and how can you help all of us from under the mask?
So I have, I definitely am seeing clients that are dealing with what we're calling maskne now.
What is it?
It's called maskne. It has acne, acne. It's called maskne.
No way.
It is. So I think that it's most important not to neglect your skincare, because it's even more important now. And I think the friction from the masks the friction is causing some breakouts for people, but don't mistake anything that might be contact dermatitis from a mask with acne. Yeah. And sometimes you just need to, if you are breaking out, you need to see a professional for extractions, but making sure that you're staying hydrated, that you're exfoliating. The humidity that occurs inside the mask, like for myself, I'm working 8 to 12 hours a day, depending on the day. And I noticed that the humidity leaches out moisture from your skin. So by the end of the night, I'm really dry and kind of tight, and that can cause breakouts too for people as well.
So I guess what I'm hearing is that drink a lot of purified, filtered water. If you're not, that's another thing with skin. And I'm sorry, I love skin too, so I'm going to butt in. But like, I think that if you're not filtering your water, then your body is the filter. And if you believe that you're getting, nothing's in your water because it's the government's taking care of that, I just think you need to think again. I'm not saying the government's not doing it and they're bad. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that water is not as clean as we think, and there's stuff in there that you might not want in your body. And if your body has to process it, it affects your skin. Your skin is your largest organ of your body. So it's just absolutely key that you are drinking as much as you can and that the water you're drinking is filtered. Do you girls agree with me on that?
Yes, of course.
And I mean, some people actually even get those filters, in their house. They run them through and they're in their showers and all kinds of things.
We have one of those. We have one in our kitchen. I don't have one for my body, but I have one for the drinking water.
Yeah, it's so important. So I think that's important, Sabrina. And so what do you like, Sabrina, when you the other thing too, would you say that right now, even though people are under so much stress, they're under a lot of pressure, extra pressure. Because all of a sudden we've realized, wow, the world is not what we thought it was. Look at what's happening, right? My world is completely unstabilized. Is that a word? Destabilized.
It's very destabilized.
Destabilized. Let's use the right word.
I make up words too.
All the time I make up words. I actually love it. I think we should start our own dictionary. Yeah, that's right. Make up our own words. But because of that, I think, there's also that pressure when it turns into stress that really affects us as well. So I think another thing that's really key, I know that we speak about the gut a lot. It would be fantastic for everyone to do a cleanse and really look at maybe possibly what they're eating, for gut health. And there's some fabulous books out there around gut health at the moment. I did the Plant Paradox last year. I love it. I loved it so much, and it helped me so much. But, all those, and the Rosedale diet, we talk about that a lot as well. What else, Sabrina, do you think? So with this mask.
No, I agree with that, and just not neglecting your skincare, just being very, very.
So what does that mean?
What
does that mean?
Well, not washing your face before you go to bed, because you've been breathing all of your toxins, your release from your body in the mask at night or during the day. And then a lot of women will go home and be so tired at the end of their work day or at the end of the day with their children, and they won't wash their face before they go to bed.
Not to forget to wash your face at the end of.
That's correct.
Right.
Not to neglect your skincare.
A lot of my clients have reached out and said, I know I haven't been using my regular skincare routine during quarantine, and I'm seeing that it's affecting my face. So
that's correct.
Yeah. And eating really well too, like really food, water.
And I'm going to jump on both of you and say, and then added exercise, because I really believe during the first part of quarantine, the first time we went around, I had a really hard time. I'm not depressed, but I got depressed and I stopped moving. And the second time around, I'm like, no. I got back into my exercise routine and I feel so much better staying active. And I feel it builds my endorphins and it's lifting my immunity when I'm doing that. But then at the same time, I'm sweating and I'm soaking wet. And so I really have to watch my skincare routine and actually do it a little bit more and really make sure that if my face is soaking wet, I'm not wearing, for me, I don't wear makeup when I work out because it just becomes a mess. And I really have to wash my face before it all dries and just stays there. So.
That's true. I'm actually going to be looking at a new type of workout. It's with trampolining, the small trampolines.
Girl.
That's meant to be amazing. That's fantastic for your lymphatic system.
Really I was going to say it's good for your lymphatic system.
Yeah, it's so good for the lymphatic system.
So good. Good. I've been hula hooping.
Oh, I know.
That's good too.
We're going to get you to hula hoop for us one day. We'll get you to come on and hula hoop. You can show off a little bit with your hula hooping. I used to hula hoop when I was a little girl. I don't know that I'm going to do it now.
It's so fun, and for a half hour with added arms, you just are soaking wet. One of the girls that was on the class this morning was saying, I'm so sweaty that it's all the way through my scalp.
From hula hooping?
So hula hooping classes, right, that you run?
It's core. Yeah, I've been doing during quarantine. I've been hula hooping with the only prerequisite is you have to have a weighted hoop. And as long as everybody gets a weighted hoop, they are so surprised at how much they can keep it going. And it's so good for your core. You guys, seriously, the waist just goes in.
I love it. Why don't you put the link to how people can contact you at the bottom of this, Michelle? Because I think that's fantastic. And
I will.
Sabrina, another thing for you, only if you are interested, giving people some online, like doing, like little online skin consults or whatever with anyone that sort of wants to contact you if they're going through anything really, really difficult.
Sure.
We could probably put that we could put that down in the comments as well, and people as they come on and because Thursdays is a really funny day. I mean, the reason that we do Thursdays, everybody, is because these girls, it's difficult for them. Actually, we do it really for Sabrina because we love her so much.
We are in different hemispheres.
Yeah, this is her, this is her easiest day really. But at this point, right, most people are still working, or even Australia they are anyway. Thursday is one of people's busiest days. So one of the things that I really would love is if you're interested in knowing more about having a conversation with Sabrina about your skin, getting some good skincare, or hula hooping with Michelle, you girls should actually just go for it, because these girls are fantastic at so many wonderful, wonderful things. And
I also have a quick tip for lashes, really quick.
I was just going to ask you about that.
Yeah, we were going to ask her, but we forgot because we were talking.
Don't forget my makeup tip. So to go with Elle's brows and Sabrina's fabulous clean skin under the mask, you have your frame, which is the eyebrows. So to fill in the picture, I suggest getting 2 mascaras. You can see I have 3 here.
Can you tell us what you mean?
These were just 2 mascaras that I loved, and this one kind of is them both combined. But what I do is probably the last thing that I do before I go out the door, even if I don't have any makeup on, is I curl my lashes real quick and I put one coat of mascara on that is a thickening. So your favorite thickening mascara that you can find. And then you take, now if you can see the brush, this is the difference. So this brush is really full and you can see that
Put it down, Michelle, put it across. Yeah, like,
there.
yeah, that's good.
It's really fluffy and full, so it's going to load a lot of product onto your lashes. But with that, sometimes
is
happens
that Lash Blast?
It is Lash Blast.
Mm-hmm.
It sometimes gets a little clumpy, right? When you're putting it on
does.
really, really intense.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at this brush, I am crazy for lashes. If you look at this brush, it's skinnier and it's separated more.
Right.
So this actually will
Lovely.
lengthen, but it takes out the clumps. So
Oh,
I put
really?
my
That's
thick,
so cool. I always get
I
clumps.
put my thick on first, and then before it dries, I go through, even if I just get the tips, if I want it really full at the base, I just go through the tips real quick with the thinner brush, and this is Lash Blast Clump Free, I think. And two of them together
Is that what it's
give you
called?
fabulous mask lashes.
Are they
Lash
CoverGirl or
Blast,
Maybelline?
They're CoverGirl.
Oh,
Yeah,
as if CoverGirl needs any more like promoting, but you know
I
what?
know. But
If it's
okay,
good,
so
I'm
I'll
just
say
going to
that
tell you about it, ladies. So go get it. You know, go knock
both of these
this out.
together. This is one I found called Fresh Bloom, and I just found it full lash bloom. Sabrina, you're gonna laugh because I found it on sale at the grocery store, and I was like, oh, I need another one. But this one is almost both of these combined. But I like using the two together.
Oh wow!
And one other tip: I put 1 drop of lavender oil,
What?
1 drop, in my mascara, especially right now because it will sanitize it. And if you have sensitive eyes, it keeps it from any bacteria getting in there.
Oh, that's awesome.
It works. So
I've never heard of that ever before in my whole life. I think that's amazing.
Me neither.
So we know that Michelle is our, if people didn't hear, is our celebrity makeup artist. So, you know, she's gone out there and she's done all this stuff. You've worked on film, you've worked on movie sets.
Commercials, a lot of TV.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us anything
events.
exciting? You want to share anything?
Let's see, an exciting story. Ask me more because there's so many. Like,
okay, tell us, Sabrina. You asked Catherine, how are you? Oh, it's beautiful to see you here. Gorgeous thing.
Hi.
Do you think that Sabrina should be a newscaster? That's what the question is.
That's the question of the day.
A newscaster.
TRUEBROW's new Sunshine News.
I think newscaster is a dirty word these days.
All right,
you're going to change that.
Sabrina, you're on the wrong. This is Beautilicious. We're not going to get political here. Let's get
like
the celebrities get political. How come we can't get political? Let's just go for it. No.
It's true, right? No.
We're happy.
We have enough anxiety around that, so.
Yeah, you know what, but let's be real about it. It's happening in our world, right? Let's just be clear and honest and transparent. You know, we have so much going on. This is what I was talking about before.
We do.
I also want to talk about the TRUEBROW collection because we haven't spoken about that. And with the lash thing, the whole lashes thing that you just spoke about, then, you know, if women are at home or they're, for example, even if they're going to someone that's doing their brows, we want to give them a product that is really amazing, that's going to give them the look that they want, and they still feel like their brows look and feel natural, right? So we'll talk about that in a minute. But we're talking about the pressure, you know, and how if we don't know how to handle pressure, it's a pretty big deal because at the moment the pressure is getting more and more and more. I don't know, is everyone, am I the only one feeling it? But
I feel it. I was just talking to my husband about that last night.
So it's an opportunity for us as women to really admit to ourselves if we're getting, if pressure is turning into stress, that we don't know how to be in pressure in a real way. So we know that it affects our immunity, and I'm the eldest, right? So I'm going to talk about this stuff. Sorry. We know that it affects our immunity. It then, of course, immediately affects our aging, increases our aging. Stress is the biggest killer in the world, really, more so than COVID. Sorry if Facebook hears that and then shuts
much more so than COVID.
And the episode's gone.
Better be careful. Sorry,
nice seeing you guys.
We just can't stay away from it, can we? Really, Sabrina. But really, stress is the biggest killer in the world, right? Like
Yes.
we think about all the serious things that happen in the world. When we're stressed, we're not thinking right. We're putting pressure on our organs. We're like, we're aging really, really fast. It sort of accelerates our aging. So we want to, first we've got to admit that we maybe need to learn some new ways of dealing with stress, of pressure, and not turning it into stress. And something I heard recently, girls, I'm going to leave this with you because I love it so much. And with everyone in our audience, you can do whatever you want with it. You can ask me questions. You can say, oh, you're mad. That's okay. People have said that before. I don't mind. But whatever. Sin is in the past. Guilt is in the present. And fear is in the future. Now, this is actually, I think it's inspired by A Course in Miracles. I absolutely love this. Think about it.
What was in the past?
Sin, you got any of that going on? Sin is in the past, guilt is in the present, fear is in the future. So whenever we're fearful or anxious, we're obsessing about the future, right? So we're just obsessing about the future, and you have no control in the future, none whatsoever. Like you can change your destiny, your trajectory by being differently in right now. And as the moments are going, you're open, or you're closed. It's up to you, whatever you want to do, whatever turns you on, right? But the whole point of it is if you look at it like that, you start to see that, oh, I've got anxiety. What am I obsessing about? And you can just relax. Because a lot of the time that's just a looping. It's just a looping of thought that we haven't examined, we haven't looked at, we haven't had a little intervention and gone, oh, what am I doing? I don't have to do this. So this is a really beautiful way too of exercise. Michelle, you said that. I love that. That's really important. And that's something I have to do more of. I find as you get a little bit older, and if, for me, I find that sometimes I've really got to find my rhythm again with exercise. Like as you're getting older, your body's changing, your hormones are changing. So you have to find a new exercise rhythm. Whereas before I used to just, pump weights, and I was a gym junkie, and it's been so beautiful for me and for my body, like having done all that when I was younger. But still, like now, if I try and go back and do that, that's not going to happen, right? It's
not even attractive.
I'll go back, do that again. You are just amazing. It's kind of like falls apart, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it just Sabrina's laughing because she knows what I mean. So, well, I don't know. Do you? I do.
Yeah.
So, I have to find a new rhythm. So as we don't give up is something I'm saying. Like for me, it's so easy because I've tried so many different things. I kind of almost want to just kind of give up sometimes. And I think, no, I've got to find my way. I've got to find my way. So I think walking, because we're still allowed to go outside and whatever, walking and walking really briskly is a really good thing, no matter where you are, where you are. Doesn't matter where you are, that always will work. But then, if you're a bit of an alpha like me, you're on the treadmill and you hear that Sabrina goes up, inclines up to about, 25 or something, whatever.
She's a maniac. Yeah.
And you go, Sabrina can do it. I can try too. And you kind of, yeah, right. No, that's not happening. We're not starting there. Right?
You guys are definitely like the gym girls. I was never a gym girl, but I have a celebrity story for you that as I was listening to you.
Thank you. Because forgot about that.
You just reminded me. So it's about working out, and it's about how you guys are gym girls, and a lot of people that you watch on Instagram, the celebrities are doing like all these hardcore workouts. And I work, one of my clients off and on is Jennifer Garner. Yeah. And one of the last conversations that I had with her, she was training, and we're the same age, and she was training and working out and just saying how difficult it was because she was a dancer. If you guys follow her on Instagram, she's a ballerina. She loves ballet. And I was talking to her about my dancing one night when I was doing her lashes. And she stopped me and she said, Michelle, isn't it wonderful that we can say that we have something that we experience such joy from in life? She said, because it raises everything in your body. It raises your immunity. It raises your thought. It raises your emotions. It's like your endorphins just, help everything in your body. She goes, but there's so many people that don't pay attention to that or don't have anything that makes them feel like that in life. And we kind of were talking back and forth saying, we think that everybody should find one thing that just really gives them joy. And especially right now during this time, yes. Like Elle, you were saying, it's really difficult and people are struggling, even people that aren't normally sad. So it's just, the advice that I keep giving to people I run into is just find something that makes you happy and really enjoy it for the moment.
You know, I really love that, and I think Jennifer Garner is one of my favorites, and I have to say the reason for that is that what you just said about her, which I didn't know, it's written all over her face. Like you really can see that. You actually,
You can.
and I don't know that people, like I don't know her, and so, but I would definitely pick her as one of my favorites because there is something about her that is so. You can tell she's accessed that. But the funny thing is that people think, this is where people think, well, that person's lucky and I'm not lucky and la, 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 la. And the thing is that if people knew how easy and how fast you can shift from being depressing to complete elevation, ascension, they would shock themselves. It is like it can happen in an instant. Like if you need to know your inner life. You need to know how yourself, your familiar pattern self works. You need to be the expert in that. Don't worry about other people's. Don't worry about your husband. Don't worry about the government. Don't worry about the politicians. Who cares about any of that? Forget about that. Become the expert of your inner, of your pattern self, the self that you came and you took your parents' stuff and they gave it to you and you are living it.
They said, have fun.
It's all yours. And you're going,
Good luck.
It's all yours.
I'm never going to be like my mother. I'm never going to be like my father. And it's like, well, okay, well.
And here we are.
Yeah. So the thing is that, like, when you think about that and you think that, okay, well, it's like intervention. It's like, how do I love that word intervention. It's almost like, you just go in, you go, I'm just going to do something different right in the center of insanity, right? So, or depressing or whatever it is. You are never trapped. Like you need to find out what it is. So for me, it's dance. I absolutely love dance. I always wanted to be a ballerina when I was a little girl. And my dad, because he was such a strict Greek, I'm going to say this now. Okay. This is what he said. I think might have said it before somewhere. He said, oh, so you want some man to come and pick you up and hold you, like in your private business? I was thinking, I must have been so young. And I thought, what? That's what he thinks I want when I want to. Yeah, but this is the mentality that we're talking about. Old Greek, like an old Greek man who was protecting his daughters like they were his precious, like jewels. And, he was just imagining me being lifted by some guy, like up in the air. And he's thinking, I'm not letting anyone touch you. And that's private.
That is how you get lifted. I mean, it's true.
That's exactly what I don't know what he was thinking. So anyway.
How you lift.
Well, he knew that. He was smart enough to know that.
That's how you lifted, actually, really. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, there you go. My dad was really intelligent, probably too intelligent for my good. But anyway, so of course, I wasn't allowed to dance. Yeah, I was allowed to Greek dance, and I was allowed to. And dance is like last night I just, we were watching a show, actually watching The Sopranos, but even I'm in love with The Sopranos. I'm a bit behind the times, but I just love that show. It makes me laugh so much. I don't know. Am I doing the wrong thing? Am I supposed to be laughing when I watch The Sopranos? I find it hilarious. Anyway, so I'm watching.
They're hilarious.
Pardon?
They're hilarious.
So human. So there's so much.
I'm from New Jersey. They are hilarious. That's the culture back there. Yeah.
Oh, it's just so beautiful. The Italians, they're just like crazy.
Part of me, I got it. Yeah.
Or maybe because I'm Greek too and I can sort of relate. But anyway, so the song comes on and there I go and I'm off and I'm dancing, got my eyes closed. And it's just immediately, that's it. It's just whatever you have. So find out what it is that does that for you. Yeah. It could be, it doesn't have to be doing a full exercise routine. It could be putting on your favorite song. And don't go put on a song that makes you feel depressed or you're depressing about. Don't go put on a song that's lyrics are telling you that, you're going to have a broken heart for the rest of your life and you're never going to. Put on something uplifting. Find some songs, like be the master of your own interior, like be the master of your inner world, your inner life. You deserve that, right? If this is the one thing that you take from us, is you deserve to be masterful in that. So figure it out. No one else can figure it out for you. And even if you just ask, right, girls, if you just say, you know what, I don't know what it is, but hey, deeper self, holy self, pure, whatever, with what's within me, whatever word you want to use. I want to find out what can, make me feel inspired, uplift me, change the way I'm experiencing my life. Like, and you'll see things will come up, and try things. So music is one of the most powerful ways. And you don't have to know how to dance. You just have to, like, for me, I just go into my essence. There comes that word again. I love that word so much. And I'm gone. I don't think.
Or sing. I tell everybody, just put something on and sing.
Yeah, no. I can't do that because everyone would leave that. No, Michelle.
But no, wait a second. Because you were saying don't worry about it if you can't dance. So I'm going to tell you, no, don't worry. If a song makes you want to sing out loud, just sing it out loud and just do it in your room.
Well, like I would have, like, people in the resort might be evacuating. They might go the big siren and go, oh, she's on again. We better just get out of here. Why are you laughing, Sabrina? What are you laughing at?
As you were talking about, you went into your head and you were dancing, and Michelle said something about whether you know how to dance or not, just dance. And so I was thinking about this little plaque that we have up in my husband's office that we got him for, I don't know, Father's Day or something at some point. And it says, because we always say, dance like no one is watching, right?
Oh, yes.
So this little plaque says, so I danced like no one was watching. My court date is pending.
I think maybe.
And I just love that plaque. I just love it. Every time I go upstairs, I laugh at it when I see it.
I love you, Sabrina.
Well, isn't it? It's a little bit like nobody's listening, right? That could get you serious.
Right. Dance like no one is watching. Maybe not.
I really love.
So, just to clarify, for this broadcast, we're not suggesting that you go in public with no clothes on and just start dancing.
Then you definitely will be your court date.
Have a court date pending.
And without your mask, then you'll be. Well, maybe you could be naked, but you
just wear your mask. Wear your mask, and it will all be okay.
And no one will know. Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting very hot. I'm sorry. I'm not having a hot flash, everyone. I'm just letting you know. I'm not having.
You're heading into summer, aren't you?
It's actually warming up here. Well,
spring.
we're into spring. Yeah, we're kind of getting into spring. But the other morning, Toby and I, we walked down to get our coffee in the morning, and it was freezing. It was like I had my hood on. I felt like I was in the snow. And I'm on a coastal town where, it probably was like 16 degrees or something ridiculous.
Send it out here. Send it out here.
Why is it not? Oh, you're hot.
It's been 108, 106. It's too hot in Los Angeles.
Oh,
it was
and humid for us.
If it was 108 here, would be dead. So I don't know what you're talking about, Michelle. It's here. So what is 108? Is it like 40?
Probably like 40, 42.
We never get that hot. The beautiful thing of where we live on this coastal town, which is near Byron Bay, we never get to those kind of temperatures. And one of the things,
very temperate.
I want to talk about something else because, this is Beautilicious. We've got to talk about beauty because we just carry on and talk about everything else. It was lovely to hear about the beautiful Jennifer Garner, though. I didn't know that about her. And yeah, she's absolutely
And she is exactly as she comes off, how she presents herself. On, like, if you're following her on Instagram, that is exactly her. She has a heart of gold. She's super sweet and down to earth. She is as you see her. She's a pleasure to know.
And I think if you say that, I would trust in that because I know who you are, and that I know that you're really clear about that with people. That's really beautiful, and it does show. It does show on people, doesn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
This is the thing. What is beauty? Think about that for a second. Like when you look at someone, you could look at someone's face and symmetrically they might have the most divine, superb, pure, amazing face. Like you look at Christy Turlington, she is just the epitome of just perfection. I look at her and I just adore. I just love I really do. Again, like Jennifer Garner, she's another one of my absolute, like Christy Turlington for some reason. I don't know. She's done a lot. She's been through so much, but she just shines. There's something about her that comes outward that we're seeing when you see her.
Glow.
It's kind of like it's almost like a purity, a cleanness, like something that's real, like a realness that turns.
I like to say that I can see their hearts. That I see people's hearts come through.
That's exactly right. It's kind of like that. It just shows, doesn't it? So when we talk about beauty, you know, here, because we're the beauty elders, everybody, and we are that, it's okay, relax, we're okay with it. Are we all right with it? We're all right. We've just dragged poor Michelle into it too.
Okay.
You know, whether she likes it or not, she's a beauty elder now too. She's not even 50, so I don't know. She must be close. So I just think that, you know, there really is room to you know, talk about that here. And it doesn't mean that for the younger girls too, they don't have to feel like they have to have this perfection on the outside so that they can their inner beauty can shine outwardly. You know, there's something about that we can't just drop by the wayside and try and be so perfect in other ways, you know, try and change ourselves, or we're never enough, or when are we going to get to shine? When are you going to let yourself shine? Like, ask yourself that question. When are you going to go deep within, have a little look at your heart and go, you know what? I deserve joy. I deserve happiness. And look and find people that are being that, and move away from people that are constantly doing all these weird things to themselves because they're so afraid within, and they haven't found that. You know, they haven't found that, so they're trying to mimic it somehow on their faces. Are we seeing that right now?
Of course.
100%.
So you want to speak more about that? Sorry, I just came out of my mouth and I've said it now and I don't know what else to say or do with that.
I mean, I don't think you can say that enough. Yeah. And I'm going to embarrass Sabrina for a second, because I actually got to meet Sabrina in person last year. And I always thought she was so well-spoken and so, which she is, intelligent herself. So we all know she's this. But when I met her in person, I was just, it was that inner glow that was so shocking to me, because she is, you know what I'm talking about, Elle. When you see her in person, she is glorious, because she is even more beautiful in person than you see her on camera.
But it's true, Sabrina.
And I was just so shocked, and it was nice.
And I think
so it's that inner glow. I'm sorry, I knocked my light out.
You sort yourself out. We'll keep talking. But I think that there's something to be said about that.
Did I lose you guys?
Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it's beautiful to receive that as a compliment, because women, you know, women, I'm saying, like, women out there, really,
go out and
there's something so magnificent about that, to say thank you and really accept that is you. That is your heart coming up through. And it doesn't mean that you don't have fears and you don't have things going on, but you never ever forget that you have a connection to that your essence and to your, you know, beautiful heart, and that is really key and most important. You know, I mean, the first time I met Sabrina, this is all about Sabrina today. The first time I met Sabrina,
it's all about me.
Why not? The first time I met Sabrina, and there was something about that was just really stunningly beautiful. You know, we really just connected and knew that we knew each other so well. And I think that, you know, we need to have mentors. We want to have people around us that have connection to their open hearts, that have got connection to their heart. So that Michelle has disappeared. Have connection to their hearts, and that they're the people that if we need to learn something, we can learn something from them. If we can share, we can extend and share with them. I mean, these are the things that are really, really important. And we were talking about Michelle coming in upside down. So she's coming in on the side, but I'm really kind of enjoying this little play that we've got right now.
Can you see her? I can't see her.
I can see her, but I'm not going to show anyone yet, because she's really very kind of strange. She's kind of all funny little positions. She's on the side, actually. So she'll come on, she'll fix it, and she'll come on soon. So I want to thank everyone, and I really want to just add that next week we're going to talk about how you can actually make your brows look absolutely stunningly beautiful with the best, most beautiful brow product in the world. Sabrina, do you want to have some final words while Michelle's sorting herself out? I'm just going to do this. I hope this works when I do that. Oh, no, I just did.
Gone.
Oh, look.
There she is.
Look at us. Look how we are.
Sorry.
I don't know if I meant to do that. Oh, can everyone see us? Oh, this is
I can see all of us.
But can you see us all like in a little row, like ducks in a little
Yes.
row? Like we're like little,
Yes, like ducks in a little row.
I'm not sure if it stopped and started again because mine was saying we were waiting to go live, but that's okay. Just finish up.
Oh, I
That's why I
actually
lost
think
you
that
guys.
we're still live. Are we still
I
live,
think we
everyone?
are.
Everyone just go, hi, girls. Hey, everybody. We're here. Whatever.
Say hi. Say hi.
Oh,
to
yes.
your
Well,
friends.
TRUEBROW saying hi, hi, hi. Anyway, so I want us next week to talk about brow products, the difference between brow products.
Oh,
The
that's
brow
awesome.
products, yeah, and the brow products, Michelle, that you've used as a celebrity makeup artist and then getting your hands on the collection. We want to talk about that. We want to pull it all apart. We don't want to come here and just tell you how amazing the collection is, even though it is actually
Right.
amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And every makeup artist should have it in her little, what do they call it?
Absolutely.
What are they?
Toolbox.
Her box. Her box?
Toolbox.
Oh, her
Toolbox.
I don't know where I
Okay.
went with that. I'm so sorry. I'm still thinking probably of my ballet.
I don't know what you're thinking, Elle, but I was thinking a little tackle box with
Yeah,
some makeup
that's
in
what
it.
I was thinking of that too. Like I really was.
Tackle box. Maybe that's what I should have said.
You know, I can't stop laughing. I'm sorry. They're toolbox, Michelle.
Yes, they should. Absolutely.
Yes. Because of all the reasons we're going to tell you about, but we're going to talk about. I can't stop laughing. I'm so sorry. I'm just like gone. Like someone has to say something because I just am just.
So I think you were going to say we were going to take the TRUEBROW collection and compare it to other things and how
Yes.
it compares to
That's right.
other products that maybe Sabrina has used before she found TRUEBROW and things that I've used on set with different actors and actresses. I mean,
Sure.
there's definitely things to talk about there. I think
Yeah,
that's
so
what Elle
much.
was saying.
And so that's what I was saying, wasn't I? And just, you know, like, how do you figure out what's best for you? How do you pick the best color? You know, when you're picking something, you could pick a pencil. That's fine. You don't have to. We're not, you know, it's like, it doesn't really matter what you pick. How do you pick the best color? How is the best way to use a pencil? You know, like a pencil really is working just on the skin. So sometimes I can look a little harsh. And now that we've got like we've got masks, we don't want our brows to look harsh. That's one thing we sort of discovered, right? So let's do a quick overview before we nick you whoop for this week and come back again next week. Michelle talked about mascara and the declumping. I really like that because I do that all the time, right?
Perfect.
2 mascaras. And then there's the other one that you were talking about that is just one that does both declumping.
And 1 drop of lavender in your mascara will let it stay longer, sanitize your eyes, no reaction, and it actually keeps it lasting longer and not clumpy.
So are you saying
I'm gonna try that.
dropping like a drop of lavender in and then you just put this wand back in and out?
Yes. So literally I hold up the mascara and then I just put my essential oil, boop, only one. And then you just put this in and then you don't want to pump it.
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore was just on telling the secret of how you're supposed to just roll it around like this because this puts air into it and makes it spoil quicker. But us makeup artists know that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What was the thing? Can you say that? What is
so this, if you pump it, you know, a lot of people to get the brush before you use it, what it does is it pushes air into the product and it will dry it out and it will maybe put bacteria in there. So you don't want to do that. You want to put your brush in and twirl it around or make circles. And since there's lavender oil in, you're mixing it before you're putting it on. And then when you take it out, I always tell everybody just wipe the tip off so you don't get that on your nose. And it smells really good when you put it on too because you have lavender in it now.
Yeah,
I'm going to try that. I can't wait.
I
Only
love
1 drop.
How many?
Okay, I'll just do one.
Yeah, just one drop. I was going to say, people start dropping a whole lot of lavender in there. You know, they might be walking around squinting like this because their eyes are like just like.
Disclaimer. Put it into the mascara, not on your eye or on the lash.
People, don't
not
put it
on the
on
lash.
Your eyes. Don't essential oils. Don't do that, and don't get fragrance oils. Get proper essential oils. Find yourself a really cool, you know, little boutique farm. That's what I suggest. That does great.
I'm an aromatherapist too, so I can answer those questions.
Yeah, I think that's really, really important. And Sabrina, what were you sharing about skin? Can you give us some takeaways? What were our takeaways for skin?
Well, our takeaways were to drink lots of water, to evaluate your diet, exercise, and do not neglect your skincare. Make sure you're washing your face at night and really removing all of those toxins from the day.
You know, that's like such a big thing, washing your face at the end of the night. It really is the biggest thing, isn't it? And not using those crazy wipes that, you know, they're, you
Right.
know, you know, this is, again, I want to just say this one thing. We could talk all day, to be honest, but there is something about this, right? This is what we were speaking about last week, Sabrina, that the difference between doing what's best for you, ladies, and doing what's easiest are miles apart. So if you're at the end of the day, you're so tired, you want to get some of those wipes to just go wipe your face over because you really can't be bothered. You just want to do it, and then that's the end, right?
La 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 la.
That's, it's cringe. Those, whenever I hear that.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't.
But this is the let me do it fast. I'm in survival mode. I'm not even coping with my life. And that to me is like so many bad beauty decisions are made like that. So we're saying, please use really great cleansers to cleanse your face. Take a few minutes, like do whatever you have to do so that you've got that little bit of energy to just do that for your face every single night. Use a beautiful serum or a beautiful moisturizer. And in that, don't just rush it. Like do it with love. Do it because this is a kindness to you. And you know, not even for a result. Just do it because it's a loving thing and kind thing to do for you, and the results will naturally just appear. So I think that, you know, making that distinction between what to use to clean is really important too. And a lot of the time, if people are breaking out and getting that mascarilla, what was the thing?
Maskne.
Maskne.
I just made it up. See, I made another word up, Michelle.
Mascarilla.
Whatever that is, you know. What is it? I can't even say it.
Maskne.
And acne.
It's kind of hard. Maskne.
Maskne. Oh my goodness.
Maskne.
Maskne. Like a knee, right? And
maskne. Mask and a knee. Maskne.
Maskne. Okay. Well, maybe even, you know, people would think that they've got to dehydrate out the acne, and they've got to, you know, they might be using harsh things on their skin too because of that. We want you to do the opposite to that. Tender, loving care. You know, maybe cleanse your skin in the middle of the day if you can, if you've got the mask on. Is that a good idea, Sabrina, just to do a little?
Sure.
I'm really sad to hear that that's happening. I just feel like that's quite sad, you know, that that's going on. Yeah.
I got it right now. I got it on my face. I want to pick it, Sabrina.
No picking.
I'm here too. I know.
No
I'm sitting on my hands.
Yeah, so important. And then the last thing we spoke about, of course, was brows and design and softness. And contact us if you want more information to find someone that is a TRUEBROW expert specialist, or if you want a online consultation, you want to know more about the collection, you want us to show you how to create amazing brows immediately for yourself at home, and we can post out the collection to you. All of these things are happening, available, and you can have them all. The girls are going to put a couple of links in comments. So Michelle is going to put her hula hoopy thing because she's really good at that, and she runs classes. These girls are amazing. Sabrina is going to put in her contact details, not only for brows, but also for online skin consults. Sabrina, is that right? If anyone wants online skin consultation.
You can just contact me through my normal link.
Well, you'll put that in the bottom. And we've got people talking to us, and I can see you. Oh, thank you so much. That's so great. I think Tracy said that ages ago, but we didn't see it. Sorry, Tracy. But we are going to go, because look at us. We just like what this is like a 4-part segment or something. What are we going to do with this? We just can't be doing that. We have to be like more to the point. But I hope we're entertaining and people are learning things. That's the important thing.
And thank you guys for having me.
Oh,
absolutely.
Are we going to get her back, do you think? Like maybe
I hope so.
Should we bring her back like all the time? Let's just bring you back. You just come back and be with us, and that'd be.
And I have to be an elder, okay?
Yeah, I think you're going to have to be an elder. Yeah,
I think you'll be good at it.
I think
don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm feeling it. I can bring joy into that.
That's right. Oh, what was the other thing we said? What was the most important thing? Find something that, what was it, Michelle? What did we
Find
say?
brings you
something
joy.
that brings you joy. And, especially during these times that are so much pressure, the pressure's turning into stress, take care of you, but find something that brings you joy and really take a minute and enjoy that moment.
And the beautiful part of that is that you'll start to learn that you are in control of how you feel. You're the one that governs that. So if you decide to put on a song that uplifts you, that makes you bop around, or let your voice come out and scares people, or whatever it does,
It's all good.
whatever you do, that it shifts your energy, and all of a sudden you're a happy
Sure.
girl, and you're thinking, whoa, 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 what's going on? Why am I so happy? Oh, might even frighten yourself that you've got a bit of happiness in there in the midst of all the crazy.
Because I'm so happy.
Yeah, like the thing, isn't it? There she goes. There she goes.
Because I'm happy, sing along.
And then you start to see that at any point you can call that on. You're in charge. You're in charge. You want to just have a bit of happiness. You want to let go of everything that's going on in the world. That will keep you young, my darlings.
It's a choice.
It will.
Choose it.
Lovely being with all of you. Thank you, my darling girls. Always beautiful being with you. And bye for now, everyone.
Bye.
Have a great week, you guys.